Assalamu alaikum everyone, and today we are going to see how to calculate a circle's circumference and area. Before we begin, I would like to tell you that you can subscribe to my channel for more videos and ring the notification bell, obviously. You can comment down below if you want to say something about the video, and before this video, if you haven't watched my last geometry video where we talked about pi, the link is in the description. So you first save the video, watch that video first, then come back. If you have all that covered, we can start with the video. Okay, so circumference and area, we saw in our last video what circumference is. It's basically a perimeter of the circle. Now these formulas can get a little confusing, so I'm going to tell you that side by side. I'm going to tell you the formula side by side. Here is the formula for finding the circumference. Circumference equals to pi times diameter. Since we always write things in short form while we talk about geometry, we wrote here C equals to pi times D. And area would be calculated by pi times radius squared. Now I'm going to tell you the confusion. You see, diameter is 2 times the radius. So we can do is we rewrite the formula as circumference equals to pi times radius. But radius squared, this one is going to be radius times 2, and this one is going to be radius times radius. See the confusion? People always confuses this because they're so tricky. So let's get our original formulas back. Radius squared, and this one would be the diameter. Let's see these formulas in action. Let's say we have a circle that has a radius of 8 meters. We can find both the circumference and the area of the circle. The circumference equals to pi times diameter, obviously. So we can plug the radius and multiply it by 2. I can write it over here. 8 meters times 8 meters. 8 meters times 2, sorry. 8 meters times 2 equals to 16 meters. So its diameter is 16 meters. That's why you should always know that the radius is half the diameter. So as we see this in action, we can plug the value for pi as 3.14, as it is precisely 3.14. So we can conclude circumference equals 3.14 times 16 meters. Now since this is decimal arithmetic, you can always use a calculator. I have the scientific calculator I showed you in one of my previous videos. So here is the pi option, but not everyone has a scientific calculator, so you can just plug in 3.14 times 16 meters. And we will get 50.2 0.24 meters. So that is the circumference. The area will be a little different. So we can say area equals to 3.14 times 8 meters whole square. It's a whole square because both the 8 and the meters count, because those both apply to the radius. So 8 squared is 64, meter squared is meter squared. Remember, we will write meter squared because it's the area, and area is always a two-dimensional quantity. So area equals to 3. Actually, you don't need to write area equals all the time. 3.14 times 64 meters squared. Now, because this is decimal arithmetic, we'll use our fancy calculator here. 64, and we will get an answer of 200.94 meters squared. The meter went a little too close, so let me rewrite that. And this is the area of this circle. Now we can use a real life example. Let's take the world and cut it straight through the equator and make a circle. I know this doesn't look completely like a perfect circle, but you don't need to draw that on a marker on a board. So Google says the diameter of this would be, I know Google says that because obviously I've Googled it. It's a very long diameter, 12,742 kilometers. Now let's find the circumference and the area of this circle straight through the equator, that thing. Okay, so we can plug in values for pi. 3.14 times 12,742 kilometers. That's a long distance, I'm telling you. So because this is decimal arithmetic, I'm obviously gonna use a calculator. Calculators are really important when we come to this stuff. And we get a value of 40,009 kilometers. See, that's huge if you say the outer boundaries. But we're not over yet. The area of this circle we made by cutting through the equator and all that stuff is 3.14 times. You can divide this by 2. I'm definitely gonna use a calculator for this. Even though this is not decimal arithmetic, it's a huge number. So yeah, and we get a radius of 6,371 kilometers. Now let's use our calculator, and we get a whole area of 20,004.94 kilometers. Oh, actually no, not gonna happen. Actually, what we have to do, haha, I joked there to fool you guys that we're gonna do this, but actually we're gonna have to do this. So first of all, we have to square this number and get a total of a lot. So equals to 3.14 times 40,000, actually more than a million miles, I guess. I mean kilometers. 40 million, precisely 40 million kilometers, 41 million kilometers. Now definitely have to use a calculator. So 3.14 times the answer equals to. Are you guys ready to hear this? See how big the Earth is when you cut straight through the equator and make a whole mess. See how big the Earth really is. 472,451,472.7 kilometers squared. Oh, no wonder how long it takes. So that's all there is to it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!